Chaemiko versus Romantic, the two humans. The pretty young two humans at 24 and 23. Making it to the grand final of Schuck Cup 7. In the past, we would have said this would be greatly, greatly favoring Romantic. Romantic has always been strong in the human mirror. And Chaemiko, it has been his weakest matchup for a long time. But it seemed like he overcame it. Defeating Schuck yesterday. And looking much, much, much stronger than he used to in the past. The win rates, though, are certainly favoring Romantic quite a lot. But most recent developments should be making this certainly more even than the numbers would suggest. So, let's hop in. Oh, lag. Chaemiko, bottom left in the red. Romantic in the top right in the blue. As I've said earlier, we have been seeing a bit of MK first place in recent history. And yesterday, Chaemiko tried it against Schuck and he failed on LR, but he's trying it again. MK first, here we go. Very early scout tower, so it's gonna be a lot of tier 1 investment and most certainly a tier 1 expansion. Oh, look at the peasant though. Look at the peasant! If he got the steal on Shadow Priest, that would be a massive deal. Doesn't get that, but may still have triggered the Rock Golem to be active with his spells. And that is kind of a big deal. So Chaemiko changes his mind. Does not go for the Merc camp. Goes instead for the safer green camp. And Romantic in the meantime. Okay. Music, calm down. Romantic going for the Rock Golem here himself. Rune Bracers. Oh! That's gonna be very good in the later stages against the Stormbolt. I don't think I've ever seen Chaemiko miss a Stormbolt surround. Not one that wasn't extremely hard anyways. Oh, this Trapper being here also. Like, he has to be really careful with his unit movement. To not walk into end snares and stuff. Oh, is he really gonna expand without Merc? No, okay. He's gonna creep the Merc camp now. Albeit, pretty delayed. Shadow Priest. Picked up. By both. Best item for the MK here has to be the Sobi Mask. But there's a lot of good ones. A lot of damage on the Peasant. That's a hell of a lot of damage on the Peasants, to be honest. Row of the Magi, also good for the MK. Anything that is mana is good. It does also increase his mana regen, by the way. It increases his mana regen by how much is this? It's like almost 33%, right? No, it's more than 33%. Oh my god, doing math on stream! No, wait, it's less. It's less. It's 25%. 25%. Now it's 25% exactly. Also increases the pool, of course. And circlet more intelligence for the MK. And that's nice. MK sitting at almost 400 mana already. AM finding mana items as well. And counter expansion by Romantic. Chaemiko doesn't have the lumber yet. Ooh, ouchie. Oh, look at the reach around, by the way, from Romantic. Going around the bend and looking to attack the expansion. It is Clab level 2, which will certainly be required here in a moment. Oh, that surround was actually missed. As I said it, I cursed him. But Chaemiko is very strong now with a level 2 clap. Level 2 clap and close to full mana. So there was a bit of a delay with the expansion. It was a cancel on the tower. And early shop. That's the adjustment here that Chaemiko is making compared to his game yesterday against Schuck. He was very late with the shop. I like this early one here a lot. Okay, so Expo versus Expo. Should be a faster tech. For Romantic though, having the expansion up sooner. Shadow Priest versus Berserker trade. Both players here getting closer to level 4. But the AM isn't really very close. MK is. Okay, Stormbolt, that should be an easy surround. Oh, is that closed? It is. Okay. The Rune Bracers protects him against the surround, but of course, against the damage, but the surround can still come in. And Romantic is keeping the units around, interestingly. Oh, clap. Can he save the tower with that? Stormbolt invested as well. Oh, it's a lot of mana from this MK. But with that, tower stays up. MK did chew through a lot of his mana pool, but he does have a shop ready for clarities. Tier 2 is coming up for Romantic. AM at the expansion. A little bit bruised, but there's a Shadow Priest here to heal him. And Chaemiko. Still no tech, still no lumber for that. Chaemiko needs no more peasants, doesn't he? There is peasant production at the expo, but not in the main. More Shadow Priests, more mana. MK is really strong right now. So Chaemiko right now has the option to be aggressive across the map. Perhaps even look for a hero kill. He knows he just forced the TP. But he doesn't want to suffer too much damage on his side either. AM was almost greeted with a Stormbolt right there. MK coming into range. So many kills, easily to find. Going for the Shadow Priest first. That's a nice choice. Limiting the healing on the AM. But there's a shop ready for Romantic as well. Great regen scroll. And then Arcane ready in the back as well. And suddenly MK doesn't have that much mana anymore. There is one more clarity. Oh, but it's daytime now. Which means Mud Golem becomes available. So does the Ogre Mauler. But it's more the Mud Golem that really matters. Water Elemental is more experience. MK gets it with the clap. This will probably cost him a TP at the end of the day. He's pretty tanky though. 1000 HP plus. Block ready for Chaemiko. He was so ready to block that footy. And gets the surround there as well with the slowed MK. And if that costs him the TP, that's fine. This is all valuable experience. Mud Golem. Oh, okay. Trying to save the Berserker with the TP out. Oh, it was so close. One more heal, and he would have survived. But I think Chaemiko's fine with this. He's got a lot of experience out of this early game. Almost a full level ahead. Tech is far behind, though. That is... It's not even that far. It's less than half a tech. Bit of SimCity here for Chaemiko. And how cool is it that he's playing MK first, by the way, guys? It's not gonna be AM, one base, mass breakers at all times for every game. We're probably gonna see that in most maps, but not here. Sentry here for Chaemiko is also really, really, really good. Knows exactly where the AM is. Sometimes knows how greedy he can be. Big healing for the Mountain King. Also nice. And level 5, and that's a big one. He's going for Stormbolt 3. And the AM is gonna feel that Stormbolt. Maybe. Like, Rune Bracers aren't that... Like, I mean, they're good, but it's still a level 3 Stormbolt. This is gonna be another TP. Oh, Stormbolt. Oh, that surround wasn't closed. Are you serious? That's surprising. No boots on the MK, also surprising, but he was kind of slot starved earlier. What second hero do we have? AM. No Blood Mage. MK second for Romantic, so the roles are kind of reversed.
A player's forces are under attack.
Two sentries right next to each other. Romantic realized he knows a little bit too well where I am and what I'm doing. I was hoping Chaemiko might be going tier 3 here. and not be going into the Breaker Wars, but apparently he is. Ogre Mauler is a kind of a big kill, but then again, he's not really valuable in fights. One would think that he should be good against Breakers because of his armor types, but actually his stats are so bad that he's really not that good. Mud Golem's still alive somehow. Big Invul found for the MK. That's very good. You need some protection. You need a lot of protection, actually, against this Mountain King. Look at the experience, by the way, guys. We're 400 away from level 6. This could very well be a Cosmodan game. Which would be pretty sick. Like, Cosmodan is one of the best ways of dealing with Breakers, actually, for humans. Oh, aggressive creep here by Romantic. I like this play. Taking it away from the enemy side. And always with a TP ready in case he needs to evacuate. There's a lot of experience and a big item. Hopefully an aura for him. Claws plus 12. Okay. Not really that good. Oh, nice slow on the MK. Slowing down the approach. This Mud Golem. Dude. Outstanding Mud Golem usage, really. Oh, and now Chaemiko. With the MK in trouble, this is gonna be a heal pot force, definitely. Oh, TP wow. He could transfer that TP. It looked like he was out of range, but he wasn't. And Romantic isn't even forced to TP out. No, he forces the enemy TP. Gets the rest of the camp, gets level 5 AM, close to level 3 MK. Romantic just keeps on impressing. Blizzard! Clamp Blizzard, okay. Known to be a very strong combo, but also known to be ineffective against Breakers. Oh, tier 3. Tier 3, boys, here we go. Romantic is going for the late game. Probably with mortar teams somewhat soon. Is there a sound bug? It sounds like Blizzard right here, right? Do you guys hear that? What the fuck? That's weird. So, Siege at the expansion. Level 5 water elemental's pretty good right now. And this is the scary timing that Chaemiko needs to survive. But it's not easy. Chaemiko is so greedy at 50 supply. We have Romantic now at 71. Perhaps destroying my dreams of allowing a tier 3 human mirror. The Blizzard is still going on.
A player's forces are under attack.
That's so weird. Ah, it's not Breaker sound, it's Blizzard sound. Yeah, you see? Like, this is obviously the Blizzard, but this is the sound that's playing up there on the high ground, a little bit quieter. You can still hear it. That is so weird.
A player's forces are under attack.
MK for Chaemiko is in a bit of trouble, but he does have heavy inventory that is protecting him. Blizzard sound bug is well known. Oh, really? I didn't know. More teams are here. The first one, at least. Tier 3 is done. Chaemiko needs a paladin, but he doesn't have the lumber right now. Oh man, that's awkward. And once again, Romantic finds himself in a position where he needs to pressure and win the game kind of soon. Exactly the same as it was earlier against Hawk. So the pressure here is still on Romantic. And he does have the supply lead. A big supply lead. Oh man, the Breakers. The Breakers are looking really good. 2 Breakers against only 1 Breakers, and the numbers are also favoring Romantic. Chaemiko needs this paladin so bad, but he didn't have the lumber for a while, and now he's thinking of him. Finally getting him. It seems to be just a little bit late. Big mana was already used on Chaemiko's MK. Now the big healing as well. But MK here in trouble. Forces the invul aggressively, kind of. And that's the big invul. 15 seconds is how long this is going to last. And oh my god, the breakers. They're just all dying. And this is why tier 3 rarely works in Human Mirror. You just expose yourself to be pushed into submission before that. And the blizzard was... Guys, check it out. The blizzard's still going on. You can hear it very quietly. So, yeah, 1-0 for Romantic. Looking damn strong in these Human Mirrors today. And that's a shame. I hoped this might perhaps incentivize more MK first play, but with it failing on LR, I kind of doubt that we're going to be seeing it again here in this grand final. Echo Isles, our map 2, that is Chaemiko's map choice. That is basically the best MK first map, and where we first saw it being played. Is he going to try it again? I would be kind of surprised, to be honest. But maybe he will. Maybe he thinks that is his best chances. Yesterday, when playing against Schuck, Chaemiko lost with the MK first and won with the straight up AM breakers. So it's not like he's bad with them by any means. Thank you very much, Cezor, for the 10-month resub. All right. Map 2 about to begin. What are we going to see? Is it going to be pure AM breaker, or are we going to be going a little bit more exotic? Which is, of course, all of our hope. Map 2. Romantic with the lead on the left. What do you guys think could be done to disincentivize Breaker Mirror in Human Mirror? I think the proper way to go about this would be not necessarily to nerf breakers, because that would be affecting a lot of other matchups as well. Like, would be very problematic for the matchup against Orc, and maybe against Undead, maybe against Night Elf. Maybe humans just need to have a better way to deal with the breaker pressure. What could be a way to do that? Because let's be honest, Breaker Wars isn't the best of all the different kinds of metas that we have. It is MK, by the way. What I was suggesting to Blizzard a while ago, which I don't know if it's a very good idea or not, was what if Knights were tier 2 units, however, a lot weaker. So let's say, you know, Knights have... Basically my suggestion was make Knights weaker, but tier 2, but give them the same buffs again once you're tier 3 and you get Animal War training. But it also comes with a lot of its own problems with other matchups. So they would have to be lower movement speed, I think. So basically you can get Knights on tier 2 but they have lower HP and lower movement speed. I don't know, I think maybe that would be a good idea. Of course, Knights were buffed, and they do have Sundering Blades nowadays, and they are very strong against Breakers, but the same issue that still always has been the case with Knights is still persisting. They come online so late. That is why Breakers are so good. And that is the issue at dealing with Breakers. The Breaker pressure can come pretty early in the mid-game, and that is before Tier 3 is ready, as we saw in the previous game. But of course, what makes Breakers so strong in the mid-game is that they are valuable units that can't be killed too easily by the enemy MK. And if you had Knights on Tier 2, they would still be expensive, they would still be susceptible to Stormbolt and to being killed. Oh, Hawk is in chat right now. Thank you, Hawk, very much for inspiring the balance talk once again. That always ends well with our chat. Much appreciated. It's a weird time to ask for human buffs, though. Like, today we have 3 out of the top 3 players being humans. But thanks for your input, Hawk. So yeah, anyways, fast expo on both sides, as it seems. Level 3 MK versus level 3 AM. What's gonna be stronger is the question. We do have no level 2 skill yet elected by by Chaemiko, excuse me. Now he goes for the level 2 clap. Oh, did he steal the Berserker? Oh, he did. I think they both stole the Berserker on the enemy side. Oh, and peasant kills here could be pretty painful. Nice quick pull away from the Berserker from the MK. That is the biggest target that the MK can find and take out here early on. Dude, really nice control by Romantic. He's splitting his forces so damn well. Oh, and this could be a cancel. Second Water Elemental coming in. The MK has a tough time at dealing with all these threats at the same time. Clap again. Oh, but there's no more peasants. Oh my god. Really, really well done by Romantic. Not enough Shadow Priest, not enough Dispel, Water Elementals had enough DPS, and the expansion is cancelled.
Players' forces are under attack.
Yeah, Chaemiko's trying it again. Oh, here's another idea, which is like a little crazy. What if Knights were... What if Knights had resistance skin as well? That's a pretty sick buff, though. I don't know, guys. That's probably too much. But the issue about Knights is also they are really susceptible to slow, you know? It's not like only MK is good against them. Slow is also really good against them. So it's always been problematic seeing Knights be very strong in Human Mirror, you know?
Players' forces are under attack.
GG. Okay. 2-0 for Romantic. Really well done. Outstanding early game by Romantic. Just seemed to play perfectly around the MK first. That was pretty impressive, man. If nerf Spellbreakers, then also nerf Fiends. They're in all games. Well, you know, but... Breakers are kind of... especially Breaker Wars. It's like, you know, not the coolest matchup. But there's no easy solution, really. Map 3 is going to be Northern Isles. The first time we see Northern Isles today, I think. And Romantic is on a roll here. I went into dangerous waters here today, trying to talk about balance. Always a risk. Tallwin V, thank you very much for the 12-month resub. Human just has TH and Infi. Easy to make it look like the strongest race. I don't know. We have 3 humans here today, and they're all really strong. Chaemiko and guys, I'm not saying human is too strong. I'm not saying we have to nerf human. I'm just saying breakers are kind of no fun. That's, you know, kind of like destroyer pushes were no fun. Destroyers got nerfed. And I think that's the thing that kind of stands out with breakers the most. Like, breakers are magic immune units, and magic immune units have to be weaker fighters than other units because they have the big benefit of being magic immune, so they can't be as good stat-wise as other units are, obviously. And that is the case for breakers as well. But you can still play breakers in the late game pretty well in many matchups. And heavy breakers. With destroyers you can't do that, with dryads you can't do that, and Orc doesn't have magic immune units. But anyways. Let's go into game 3. How is Destroyer versus Destroyer more fun? No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Destroyer versus Destroyer is awful. That's the worst meta we ever had. But Destroyers got nerfed a lot a while ago, and that is why we don't see Destroyer Mirror at all anymore. On the high level, it's not viable, because they're too weak, because you can counter them too well. And that's what I would like to see for Breakers in Human Mirror. That you can counter Breakers very well in Human Mirror, so we don't see him that much anymore. What about tanks? Tanks is the same. Guys, you're making my point for me. Tanks have been nerfed as well, and we very rarely see tanks nowadays. And if we do see tanks, we see a maximum of 2 or 3. Not the good old 10 tanks. Why is playing Moon Mass Dryad in every matchup then? Because Moon is the best Dryad player in the world. And also, when I say late game, I mean 65 supply plus, and most of the time tier 3. And in that case, even Moon loses with Dryads, because they're bad late game fighters. Like Destroyers. But guys, this is not about balance between the races. This is about Breakers making Human Mirror very predictable and pretty boring. Even Undead Mirror recently is more interesting. We see more Lich expansions, we see more Dreadlord expansions, we see more Garg Frostworm play. But Human Mirror is for the most part still all about Breakers. So again, I would like to see humans being able to counter breakers. That's what I would like. But it seems like we're going into a pretty standard breaker war over here. No expansion. Tier 2 tech from both.
A player's forces are under attack. Player's forces are under attack.
It's a pretty quiet cat today. I'm reading a lot of chat today. So we're gonna have the two AMs here running across the map. Somehow, Romantic is a lot faster. Oh, great job by me, by the way. The resources were swapped.
Siege.
Now it's correct. But I guess it was pretty even so far. But now Romantic being the first one to hit the main. Oh boy. Catching these peasants in transit. Peasants were at the green camp. Oh my god, that's a disaster. And now he TP's home. He knows, okay, if I just keep my own economy safe, I am way far ahead in this game. But is that the right move? Couldn't Romantic just have pressured more here because it's so few militia and his own militia could have held against Chaemiko by themselves? GG. Alright. Yeah. 3-0 for Romantic in a bit of a disappointing grand final. But that's how it is sometimes.